Will a vertical lawnmower engine works horizontally? A vertical shaft engine is supposed to be like this, but we are going to put the engine like this. We have a pretty big piston in this thing. The cylinder seems in pretty good shape. These valves right here seems okay as well. Same for the push rods. I removed all the internal parts from the engine. Camshaft, balancer, oil squirter, and I don't know. It's absolutely crucial to have good lubrication on the connecting rod, the crankshaft, and inside the cylinder. To have good lubrication, the oil level must come to this level right here. The crankshaft will hit the oil, it's gonna get lubed, and it's gonna splash everywhere inside that case. You can remove this governor arm and plug the hole with gasket maker, just like this. The way this balancer is shaped, and also it's literally on the bottom of the crankcase right here. This balancer is going to turn like this, and I think it's gonna splash oil a lot inside that case. This is where you drain the oil on this vertical engine, and this is where you put oil in it. But now that the engine is going to be like this, we need to plug this hole. We need to drill a new hole right here so we can put oil inside this engine. As you can see guys, iron and cast iron doesn't really want to fuse together. It's still holding the bolt, but it's just not as strong. I tried to weld the washer right here, it kind of worked. Now I'm going to put some gasket maker to seal this thing up. We need to know the oil level of the engine. Here's the idea I came with. Here we have the start oil dipstick from this engine. I put a yellow mark on this dipstick so we can do this. We line up that yellow mark with the engine block. The dipstick will touch the oil and we'll keep the oil level in between that full and add mark. Just a little bit lower than the engine shaft. Once we have enough oil, we just plug this hole with this bolt. It's time to build an engine mount. The engine mount is 100% completed, guys. It is also ready to get welded onto the mower frame. We are going to put the engine in this lawnmower frame. The idea is to make this thing a rock crawler / mud mower. But we have a horizontal shaft transaxle on this lawnmower. I don't have any horizontal engines. So this is where the idea of trying a vertical engine horizontally came from. Let's weld this engine on the frame.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Let's put this torque converter on the engine shaft. For this video, guys, this thing is going to be belt driven. The belt comes from the torque converter and goes directly to the transaxle pulley right there. I just finished wiring the lawnmower engine, guys. We have two switches right here. The starter switch and the kill switch. We need an exhaust, we need a carburetor, and a throttle. I just put oil inside this engine. Let's have a look at the oil level. We line up that yellow mark with the engine block. The oil level is at the full mark. Perfect. There is a 90% chance that this vertical lawnmower engine either sees, throw a rod, or who knows. Because usually when people want to put a vertical engine horizontally, they put an oil dipper on the crankshaft, so the oil dipper scoops some oil and it lubricates everything. But for science, guys, I didn't modify anything inside the engine.
Jesus Christ.
The idea is to take this thing for a ride until the engine blows up, or either until the engine shows us that it can survive like this. We have brakes right here. We have the throttle right here. We have our shifter with a Briggs & Stratton piston right here. It's in neutral. We have belt, everything. Let's go, guys. Let's try this. Oh, shit. This thing is going to be slow as fuck. Surprisingly, the engine is not even smoking, but that belt
is way too thin. It doesn't even engage completely. This thing is a beast, bro. It's a fucking beast. What the fuck? I don't even feel the bumps. The front suspension helps a lot, and these super big wheels also help a lot. I'm pretty sure that I can clear that thing. Oh yeah! We have a rev limiter on that thing. What the fuck? I don't think lawnmower engines are supposed to have rev limiters. Let's put this thing in low gear. This is low gear. It's fucking slow. Let's try to climb that thing in low gear. Oh man. Easy. This thing is going to be a freaking beast with proper upgrades and belt setup. This engine is running super great. I don't see any issues. It doesn't care at all. This is our top speed. I can't go faster than that. This thing needs a lot more speed. It's so freaking slow. 11 miles an hour. This thing might be slow, but it for sure has the power and the torque. I didn't expect this engine to survive more than 10 minutes of runtime. It's been like more than 30 minutes right now, maybe 40 minutes. My ears are bleeding. I can't even hear myself think. This shit is freaking loud, man. Redlining that shit, bro. It doesn't care. A front suspension on a lawnmower frame is a must-have, guys. It reduces the roughness of driving a lawnmower by almost 60%. Oh my god! What the fuck is that? What the fuck? What? Oh, the fender! Shit! Ah! Ah! We'll need to modify these fenders on a future video. These wheels are too freaking big.
Full throttle, full send. Let's go! Yeah! Yeah! V-twin power, man!
I don't know what are the most reliable lawnmower engines from worst to best. I heard from people that Tecumseh engines are the worst in terms of reliability. This is proving me wrong right now. Woo! No oil dipper on the crankshaft, and it's still going. I'm not going easy on it. I'm full throttling this thing all the time. Maybe this thing is bugging because the fuel tank is at the same level as the carburetor. It's kind of not getting enough gas in the carburetor for me to full throttle this thing, maybe. This thing is probably as strong as a bulldozer. Look at this. I'm gonna try to push that thing in front of me. Easy! You gotta love these transaxle. I don't know how you call these transaxle, but you have the low gear, you have first gear, you have second gear, third gear, and reverse right here. Since I'm using a CVT clutch on the engine, it's just like if I have different gear ratios with this transaxle. Like if I want a super slow gear ratio, I put this thing in low gear. If I want a fast gear ratio, I put this thing in third gear. Whoa! Holy shit! That was insane! Since this engine has proven that it can survive horizontally, I'm gonna remove this engine from the motor frame. I'm gonna put an oil dipper on the crankshaft to actually increase the durability of this engine. And then I'm gonna keep this engine for another crazy video, guys. Bro, that rev limiter is freaking annoying. I will put a proper horizontal shaft engine in this lawnmower with a full CVT clutch kit. This thing will be a lot faster and a lot more reliable.
Who's your fuck? Drain oil. Ah, fuck!
Just a tiny bit of metal shavings in the oil. Nothing serious considering this thing was running without an oil dipper.